Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. Let's see what else is here in Idleshire. There's a few more bits. What will they lead to? More dungeons? Potentially. Add them to the list. Boisterous Bruiser. A striking opportunity. Your reputation precedes you. If the wide-eyed look the stranger is favoring you with is any indication. All the other, dungeon unlock things were, 5,000 gil reward. So this could actually be something different. Just also something different. Cor, I know you. You're one of them half-mad adventurers what roams about picking fights with gods and every bugger else. Well met, well met. Love your work. Why, thank you. But you're just one of them pack of right crazed killers, am I right? Hells, for all I know, might be they're the ones what do the work while you share in the credit. Also, a little bit correct. Now, killer, don't take it personally or nothing. But I've seen it before. When it's all blood and shining explosions, it can be hard to tell if you're pulling your weight. That's why I've been training up in stone, sky, sea. Don't let the daft name fool ya. It's a proper training ground where fighting folk like me and you can go to refine our killing prowess. If you've never been, go and look for the goodly fella out past the back bridge. He'll tell you the rest. You won't regret it. Some kind of training ground situation. Some person outside Idleshire. Yeah. In theory, we could do with practice and help. I doubt it would be anything as specific as rotations or anything, but what is going on? You there, good sir. You look like you enjoy bathing in the blood of your enemies. Have you perchance heard about stone, sky, sea? I just did. You see, as part of the initiative to reduce the number of disputes, the Adventurers Guild has been forced to arbitrate between members who accuse their comrades of not contributing sufficiently to, let me try again. He who fights with strength of stone unyielding, breathes deep of boundless sky, and embraces serenity of rolling sea, against him none can stand. Sorry, that's what the Doman fellow told me to say. I don't quite understand it myself, but he seemed to think it was all very clever. Right, so in essence, we got these ridiculous contraptions that you attack whenever manner you deem fit. Each is supposedly tailored to the strength of some legendary beast or being some madman decide to challenge once upon a time. Speaking of which, I believe one should be dropping in right about now. What? They've got training dummies of power. Travania, stone, sky, sea. Here comes something. Okay. There's a lot of these spots for these to land. Alright. Level 1. This, I guess. Okay. Apparently, the first time they dropped one of those was an accident. The trainees loved it so much they started doing it all the time, though. Right, so each is tailored to the strength of a legendary fiend. The idea being that if you can defeat the dummy, you can defeat the fiend. In principle, that is. Dummies don't hit back, after all. But who gives a fig about any of that, eh? You nearly forgot the best part. It's free! Okay. Quest complete. These training dummies are free. Stone, Sky, Sea now accessible. You now have access to Stone, Sky, Sea. This training ground can be accessed by speaking with the goodly adventurer outside Idleshire. Okay. Hi. Fight, small talk. Questions? I thought I explained everything to you rather well, but... What is Sky Sea? Well, simply put, it's a training ground managed by the Adventurers Guild. Here members are free to hone their technique and see if it's up to snuff. You tell us what sort of trial you'd like to take, and we prepare a striking dummy for you. Destroy the dummy in the time allotted, and you pass. Don't, and you fail. It's not the most involved assessment, but it works. What sort of trials do you offer? It depends on what you want to kill, I suppose. So Sky Sea offers trials tailored to various high-level duties, which will be tasked with destroying a striking dummy. While the strength of the striking dummy may vary significantly depending on the difficulty selected, please note that the trials have a time limit of 3 minutes Earth time. The strength of the striking dummy will also be adjusted depending on your class job when registering for the trial. And how do I start a trial? So interested. Why don't you say so? You only need to tell me the trial and we'll see to the arrangements. In order to take a trial in Stone Sky Sea, when you must not be in a party. Furthermore, as space within Stone Sky Sea is limited, if all training grounds are occupied, you will need to wait and try registering later. Once summoned to your training ground, you will have a brief period in which to prepare for your trial. However, you may engage the striking dummy and commence the trial early should you choose to do so. Please note that all recast timers will be reset upon commencement of the trial, and that upon completion, recast timer cooldown will be initiated for all actions. Okay. Do you end the trial? My part ends when I deliver you to the training grounds. I need to come back here in case others come along, you know? Trials in Stone Sky Sea are concluded when the striking dummy is destroyed or the time runs out. Fair. More so, should you stray too far from the striking dummy for more than 10 seconds, or use teleportation magics to leave the area, the trial will end. Please note that once the trial is concluded, you are free to leave via any means at your disposal. However, should you wish to return to the Adventurer, you speak with a Pathfinder, will guide you back to his side. Okay. What if I seek trials more challenging than these? I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. I thought you might ask me that one of these days. You've gotten quite strong, haven't you? Unfortunately, there are limits to what we can offer. To undertake trials with the assistance of the Guild Adventurer, you must be a level 60 Disciple of War or Magic. To unlock more advanced trials, you must complete the main scenario quest, Stormblood, and seek out starry-eyed Ahmigan in Helger's Reach. You may then undertake them by speaking with the battle-scarred veteran in the fringes. I don't see you somewhere. Oh, do you remember me? Just have another job in Idleshire, ferrying folks to the gates. Didn't pay all that much, but it was good, honest work. And then the internet came. I won't lie, they were desperate times. They went so far as to try and join the house. I knew Rowena had made some unconscionable demands of her girls, but when I came calling, ye gods. Still, if it weren't for the training grounds, I might have considered it. Fortunately, I didn't have to. You won't believe this, but the esteemed gentleman from the guild who thought it up asked for me by name. Turns out, he was a traveler I ferried to the gates some time ago. Was it an awfully good job? Because he says he wants me to do the same for every adventurer bound for Stone Sky Sea. Here I am, huh? Alright. Well, fight Stone Sky Sea. Level 60. Yeah. Level 60, basic training, Ascender Cordius. Level 60. He who willingly limits himself in battle so as to truly test his martial understanding is either a great warrior or a great fool. Embrace the esoterics of foreign masters and destroy the striking dummy within the time limit. Solo, sync to 60, item sync to 160. No limited jobs. Then we got 3 levels. I guess we'll do this one first. This one's item synced. Item and level synced. Item level synced. These two aren't though. Well, we'll start with this one, I guess. Level 60. That's the level we are. So, like, in theory, this will be something. This one's 60. Let's adjusted. Alright. Let's see how much damage he'll take. We have 3 minutes. Fire. 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 Swift cast the fire. 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 We swiftly switch it up. Here is some ice magic. Oh. Let me do some fire. We got 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. 2 minutes. I don't know. Some mana back. Fire. Okay. What else can we do to do more with this? I don't know. Got some ice. Get the lightning going again. How much of that doesn't possibly matter. Fire! 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 More speed. Or something. Swift cast this. Drops it faster, we can get back to fire. Some of the ley lines. It's time that we can reset our MP with instant MP. Get right back into firing. Oh boy. 10 seconds. Cast. Did we do it? With seconds remaining, the trial was a success. We are, in fact, level 60, I guess. Wild. Just out here on an island. Okay. Return. It was with things synced to 160. See what these other ones are then. Fight. Basic training. Slightly different here. He who fights with strength of stone unyielding, breathes deep of boundless sky, and embraces the serenity of rolling sea. Against him none can stand. Solo. No longer level. It's level 60, but it's not synced, and there's no item sync. So in theory it'd be stronger. And then this one. Alexander Gornius, this system here. He who crawls inside arm of metal titan, filled with angry goblins, is either a great warrior or a great fool. That'd be that one. Let's see what we do with basic training. How basic we talking? Alright. 3 minutes. What do you think? Basic training gonna be easier or harder? I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? So far, looking like probably easier. With how much we are just blasting through this. So this drop. Get some ley lines going. Okay. Well, it's at least at a base level, I guess. We are minimally competent with this most simple of systems that we have going here. Fire! There's also the option of, like, using the food buffs and stuff. That would also, in theory, help a little bit. Okay. Yep. Yep. Still over a minute left. This one is a much easier DPS check, for sure. Swiftly land it. Let's see which one of the... I guess it's Blizzard 3 is actually one of them. Cast times change based on what we have going on over here. 45 seconds remaining. Beautiful. Okay. Turn. And let's see how we fare against Alexander Gordius. Comments. It's a training dummy. Alright. We get a bonus for starting with a longer cast. Means we can just get straight into it. It's also looking fine. Swiftly that. And this one's also looking pretty much fine. We don't have that much better than the 160 was scaling to. I don't think it would make that much of a difference. Interesting. So, fire. Ley lines. Oh yeah. No problems here. Blizzard. Other blizzard. These big fiery crits. Always a good time. Swiftly cast it. The problem with swift cast, it just leaves us on the cooldown at the end of it. So as much as we did the attack quicker, we're waiting longer for the next attack. So, pros and cons. This is basically just as strong as the previous one. Defender, turn. Well, at least we're in theory doing things remotely decent here. Ascending, descending. Ascending order? Level required. We're at 166. You're 160. Weird. So yeah, that is good enough, I guess. Would describe how we're doing there. Fascinating. Don't imagine that gets too much use. Especially since it's just a level 61. And didn't even really have, like, multiple things we could try or anything. It was just one guy. Weird. Weird stuff. Up here. Get another thing. Where are you? You're over there. Customer Moogle. Out in the corner. What's up? The Fires of Samal. Reward would be Quicksand Orchestration Roll. Customer Moogle appears to be searching for someone. Is it me? Ah! You're Arctic, aren't you? I've found you at last, Kupo. Vidofnir asked me to come find you, and I've been searching high and low, near and far, Kupo. Do you know how difficult it is to look for someone while trying to stay unseen yourself? Well, never mind about that now. There are more important things to worry about, Kupo. Vidofnir was very insistent that I hurry you back to the Samal Summit as soon as possible, so on your way, Kupo. Right, well, that's my job done. I'll go on ahead and let Vidofnir know you're coming. See you there, Kupo. Okay. Quest accepted. Speak over here near the summit. Malcolm. Fires of Samal. This way, right? For getting up to the place and stuff, or further and something, or something. Crafting thing there. Samal hard mode, something. Vidofnir, how's it going? I also have a dragon. Thou hast discharged thy duty admirably, child of Mogholm. And greetings to thee, warrior of warriors. Thou dost have my gratitude for thy hasty arrival. I've bid thee hence to Samal to aid in the quieting of these sacred grounds. When Nidhogg did meet his end, his minions quit the slopes of the mountain, and once tranquil passages have become home to all manner of beastly intruders. And worse, the fires at the core of Samal rage and swell, as if roiled by some unwelcome parasite. Spirits of our fallen will find no rest until this disturbance is calmed. Thus would I have thee descend unto the mountain's depths, and sweep clean Samal's stony halls. Would that I could perform the deed myself, lest my girth prevents ready passage through the caverns leading unto the mountain's molten heart. Wilt thou accept this charge I lay upon thee? Yet. Thou art generous of spirit, child of man. Know that I shall not sit idly by whilst thou toilst within. Those weird nuisances whose screeches rend the air above the summit will soon learn of my displeasure. Okay. I sincerely hope Vidofnir never thinks of me as a winged nuisance. Anyway, good luck in there, I think. Samal hard, now accessible. Duty fires and fear the new regular duty. Yep. And we're gonna look at the regular duties here. Dungeons. Samal hard. Item level 230. Okay. Oh, we're not there at all, are we? My goodness. Fall of Nidhogg brought an end not only to the Dragonsong War, but also the hierarchy of power that reigned upon Samal. Bereft of its dreaded leader, the horde scattered to the four winds, leaving the dragon's sacred grounds untended and unguarded. All manner of beastly intruders now skitter within, irresistibly drawn by the energies of bountiful crystal lodes. And the molten heart at the mountain's core beats with feverish intensity, as if seeking to expel some nesting parasite. Answer Vidofnir's plea, cleanse the stone halls of their infestations, and return Samal to its former tranquility. 90 minutes, 4 peoples, regular jobs, level 60, average item level 230. We have 166. My goodness. That is hard. Okay. Let's make our way Back to Idleshire. Pick up another something. Oh, there's gonna be hard modes. This is a harder requirement than that raid was, even. My goodness. Wild stuff out here. As far as this zooms out. Okay. 2 more things in here. Rowena has something. An unexpected proposal. Rowena's planning a trip to Revenant's Toll. Afternoon to you, Isaac. Something on your mind? I've been called back to Revenant's Toll to take care of a few shipments of wares. But if you've matters of money that require my attention... Hold that thought. Seems I have visitors. Some more welcome than others. Dubious youth. Pardon the intrusion, Mistress Rowena. I realized I was here only a few days ago, but I really must speak with you about... Geralt. Good, you're still here. We need to talk about that promissory note. Now I know what you're thinking. That seems like a... Oh, you ain't got zam money. Well, you're wrong. I saved it up every last gil. The thing is, my mates took me out for a drink to celebrate and... Excuse me, sir, but when people are talking, it's generally considered rude to interrupt. I know not what manner of business you have for Rowena, but I am quite sure it can wait. As I was saying, Mr. Rowena, you've perchance been able to arrange a meeting with your associates. There's much I would ask them about their work on arcane sentries. Hold your bleeding... Hold on a bleeding minute. You were telling me to wait. Didn't no one ever teach you to shut your gob when the grown-ups are talking. My life, and more importantly, my note at the tavern's at stake here. Now be a good lad and bugger off till Uncle Geralt's head is his say. Geralt, mind your own advice for once and keep quiet. They'll deal with you soon enough. Regarding your question, Arnashir, the answer is no. The client I had in mind's a bit of a recluse. Stummer is all hells in her old age. She wouldn't hear of any meeting, and I ain't got time to press her on it at the moment. Too much to do by half. It's like you got enough on your plate without having to worry yourself over an old mate's Owens. I'll tell you what, let's forget about it for... I know not what hole you have drunk yourself into, sir. And quite frankly, I do not care. I have important business to discuss with Mistress Rowena, and I demand you leave us be this instant. Ah, youth of today jumped up, self-serving little giants, a lot of you. Fine. Tell us then, your highness. What's the business of yours that's more important than a man's life, eh? Well, out with it. Very well. If only to explain myself to Rowena. Together with my master, I've been conducting research into the manipulation of spiritual and etheric energies in what you call the Near East. Our work has shown that the soul is in fact an agglomeration, either way, a specific type of force. This force defines the quiddity of man and makes us who we are. While the soul is indeed inimitable, we believe it possible to create a quasi-soul. Then we turn our attention to anima, self-same force which allows individuals to traverse the life stream via etherites. By infusing a soul stone with the requisite quantities of ether, this force may be harnessed. After years of research and experimentation, we have naught to show for it but inert husks of stone. We repeated the process again and again, adjusting every element. The result was always the same. At length, my master declared the project a failure and turned his thoughts to other matters. But I could not give up. Not after witnessing the beauty of anima. Not after coming so close. That is why I have journeyed hither to Eorzea. I am certain that with the Charlene's knowledge of arcane sentries, I can complete my project. Also certain that the resultant souls will be worth more to mankind, and also dish cloud that passes for yours. Finished, have you? Well then, allow me to retort. Seems to me you're a little brat, speaks a lot without saying aught. You talk like a man of learning, when 'tis plain you're just a boy what's never had a thought of his own. Couldn't even if he tried. Not she ever would, of course. And why? Because the youth of today can't be bothered to do an ounce of honest work for themselves. No sense of duty. Things get rough and you run for help, leaving a trail of piss in your wake. You reckon them scholarly folks from Charlotte asked for the answer whenever they got stuck? Not bloody likely, because they used their bloody brains. Tain't ever that hard. If I saw these soul things burning out too quick, I'd think about sealing them inside something strong, like a weapon maybe, to keep all that life from escaping. It cost them a bit of freedom, but it'd keep them around for a damn sight longer than you managed. What's more, if the bloody things really are alive, like you say, you'd end up with a weapon that could think for itself, which could be bloody lethal in the right hands. What do you say to that, you pretty little shite? An anima weapon. That's absolutely genius. A means not only to preserve, create anima, but to employ it. Anima weapons, eh? Aye. That'll sell. Quite an interesting proposition, Geralt. One that could be quite lucrative. Want to help poor Arshir here with his work and see what you can make of it. Help that spineless Shrinkabus. You joking, ain't you? Why in the seven hells did I play nursemaid to a watery-eyed brat like him? I was just spouting shite, I didn't really mean none of it. Is that right? Pity. Sound like something we could have made a good bit of coin out of. Enough to make me forget your debts, like as not. Your debts that I won't be forgetting otherwise. Change your mind? Good. Well, there you go. Listen, Ardashir. He may be a drunken, bloody fool, but he's also the finest blacksmith in all the realm. If anyone can forge a weapon capable of holding your souls, it's him. And our adventuring friend here, I'm still here, my dear sweet Arctic, is a well-known hero around these parts. Sure, he'd love nothing more than to try out your new weapon when it's finished. Ain't that right? Just think of it. You'll be the first in all of Eorzea to wield one of these anima weapons. Which ain't a bad name now that I come to think of it. Anima weapon. Alright, that'll do. I don't know. Now don't be so hasty, Arctic. This here's fate. What else could have brought the three of you to meet me at the self-same time, eh? And don't go telling me the thought of a weapon that learns and adapts to combat doesn't interest you, because we both know it does. Depends how good it is. Geralt, was it? Pray forgive my rudeness earlier. If you truly are the smith she claims, I'd be honored to have your assistance. And you, Arctic. I gather you are the perfect candidate to test the weapon once it's complete. Well, if they'll give me square worth Rowena, I suppose my hammer's yours. There you go. But don't think I'm getting roped into this alone. If you haven't forgot it, you have to wield it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you both of you. I promise you will not regret this. Nice to see you're all getting on. Now you're going to need a place to work, and I know just the spot. Asisla, the seat of the elegant science, floated on high over his spine. Not that the equipment up there will be any use to you, mind. Only the 12 know how that stuff works. Still, it'll keep prying eyes away until the weapon's ready. Arrange for an airship to take you within the day. The fabled Asisla. Look forward to seeing you there. Arctic. Okay. That is definitely out of the way. My goodness. Ancient city that no one ever gone to for thousands of years. Now we're just setting up random workshops. Today has proven to be more productive than I thought. Notes are out of my hair, and soon I'll have new merchandise for the House of Splendors. Soon this ridiculous plan of his works. Counting on you, Arctic. Alright. What are they going to need us to do for that? That's a spot. That's fine. It's right here at the helix spot. Perfect. It really depends how many people have activated this either right here. Anyways, you are over this way. Or alright. Well, there's definitely a spot. Not much going on here. set up something of a workshop. And a smithy, I suppose. The fabled Hessisla heard stories, but who would believe such a technological marvel could exist? I'm floating in the sky at that. If only my master could see me now. Well, this is not the time for gawping. Come, let's begin our work on the animal weapon. Get 1,000 gil. But what do we actually need to do to make an animal weapon? Animal weapons, a new saga begins. Alright. Let's make a whole thing. Repeatable, potentially. See if this is anything like our other make a fancy weapon quest here. A Relic Reborn Artemis Bow. I'm level 80. If we just look at this. Soul without life, small talk. Take a look at this. Please note that upon completing the quest Soul Without Life, you receive an animal weapon for a black mage. Yeah. Take this quest as another job. This is a black mage. And it looks like it says possibly repeatable. That's kind of the repeatable symbols, though. In theory, possible. Let us... Look at this later. We advise that once you've undertaken this quest, you may not proceed with a class or job that's different from when you accepted it. Please ensure you change your desired job before speaking with Artish. Alright. Sounds like it's going to be an entire thing. I'm sure it's going to be. People are coming over here to do stuff, so... Seeing other people going through the things here. It seems like it's probably something of worth. We'll see what we can get from here. How difficult? How high level? Because we could definitely go with a better weapon for just everything at this point. We get all the free armor from just doing the class quests. So, see if this animal weapon could be their answer. And then repeat it multiple times. We will see. Next time. Goodbye.